Okay, so serious question, everybody. Have you guys ever watched a movie that had such pleasing sounds coming from it that it just made you oh so happy and feel optimistic about your day, while also some of the other sounds in it kind of made you want to pull your hair out? Has that ever happened? Because I think this movie fits that description for me. So that's a thing now. Cue the music. Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? How you doing? Welcome back. And for today we're talking about a film called Finding Agnes. And what they probably should have called this film was Finding a Better Sound Editor, because it's not good. And I think after I'm done making this video, I'm gonna find a better movie to watch too. But anyway, the basic overall plot of the movie is it's about a little kid that grows up to be this very successful entrepreneur. He's pretty rich, he's got his life pretty much all together, and his mother has been very estranged from him for a very long time. However, one day, his mom just kind of randomly shows up and meets him for the first time in a very long time. And the mom's health is failing a little bit, so the son goes back to Morocco, where the mom has been kind of setting up shop and she owns an Airbnb, and the son goes there to kind of like oversee what's up and kind of find out more about his mother. And then it's like your typical like Hallmark Lifetimey, sappy, like, you know, getting to know your family type of movie, and yeah. Now I know I said that some of the sounds from this movie were very, very, very spectacular, but also like painful all at the same time, and that's 100% true. The enjoyment though comes strictly from the music. The music in this movie is absolutely spectacular. Period. The end. However, the sound editing and the horrendously, awfully, horribly bad just dubbing of people's voices, it makes me just automatically want to put this movie in like a garbage bin. And for the life of me, I can't understand why that is. Because like it's post-production. You can edit things and manipulate it as much as you want to. You have all the time in the world. It's not like principal photography where you have to go to a filming location, get all the proper performances, and then you can't come back there. Like it's not the same thing. Post-production, there's a lot more leeway and there's a lot more you can do with that, and they just completely crapped the bed with this movie. The dubbing of people's voices is so horrendously bad. You can tell that they did it way, way later in post-production. You can tell that they had no boom mics on the set of any of the scenes in this movie, except for maybe like a couple, maybe. And normally I don't comment on the acting when it comes to foreign films because I don't speak the language, so I don't know the proper flow of everything and like the cadences and all that other stuff, but I just didn't feel like half of the emotions that they were trying to put out there in this movie. Like I just didn't, it just didn't connect. There was no connective tissue there, which sucks because this movie was very, very sentimental, and it was very, very sweet and heartfelt in a lot of moments, and it seemed like it was trying to tell this really, really nice little story. But the movie was just so technically bad that I just couldn't ignore it, and it completely derailed the entirety of the movie for me. And also the pacing wasn't very good. Like at a certain point, I was incredibly bored. Like halfway into it, I was like, okay, this is sweet and it's nice and it's cute, but it's just not doing it for me. And don't get me wrong, the movie's not all bad. Obviously, I said the music was absolutely spectacular, and it was, but also just the scenery that they captured in this movie, some of the camera angles, like, it's a very beautiful looking movie. But that's not really the work of anybody on the film. It's more so, you know, a testament to how wonderfully beautiful looking Morocco is. And if you've never been there, let me tell you, if Morocco was a female, I would want to do some dirty things with it in a bedroom. Just saying. And actually, now that I'm saying that, I don't even know that Morocco was the actual filming location. They might have just, you know, masked a different location as Morocco, but I don't know, man. Either way, it looked really good. And another thing that was like really off-putting, but I don't think I'm gonna give the movie negative points because of this, because I don't really understand how the language works necessarily, but it seemed like they were flip-flopping between Filipino and English almost every other sentence, and it was really off-putting because, like, is that normal? I really don't know. Please, by all means, if any of you out there are from the Philippines or speak Filipino or know anything about the culture or anything like that, please hop in the comments and let me know if that's like a normal thing. And that's also not a weird question to ask whether or not that's normal, because after having not seen a lot of Indian/Bollywood films, after I watched a few, I picked up on a couple English word mannerisms that were very specific to, you know, to Indian people. And some things about watching those Indian films may have sounded weird at first, but after I watched a few of them, I was like, oh, that's actually just a very, very common way for them to like speak the language and also throw in an English word here and there. So that's why I'm asking the question. But aside from that, like, this movie is like, it's it just wasn't great. The story was interesting. Like, it could have had a really, really well, well-constructed narrative, but just a couple of the technical aspects of the movie were just so unbelievably bad that it was almost impossible for me to enjoy this movie. And that's a bummer because I'm sure a lot of people worked hard on this movie, and it just, unfortunately, it just didn't pan out. So I think overall, for a score out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.7. And I think a good 5 of those points are probably just from the sound editing alone. Like, it's really like that bad, and it took me out of the movie that many times. Like, ugh. But on the off chance that you're looking for, maybe a more lighthearted movie, I'd say this movie is lighthearted, albeit, very, very flawed. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts? Have you seen this movie? Have you heard of it? Do you have any interest in it now? Hop in the comments. Let me know what's up. Other than that, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, do all that other YouTube-y type of shenanigans. And I will catch you guys next time.